The Pittsburgh Pirates haven't made the playoffs in a decade. They haven't won the division in 23 years. The current NL Central didn't even exist back then. The last two times they did make the playoffs, they got shut out and eliminated in a single game. The fans universally hate the owner, and yet they are one of the most profitable teams in Major League Baseball. My name is Jay, and this is 10 Things I Hate About the Pittsburgh Pirates. Number 1, they used the marketing slogan, "We will," for 2 consecutive years while not doing anything. And that still was an improvement over the marketing slogan they had the year before, where they thought saying, "Come hungry," was a good marketing idea. I can't believe there wasn't an intern or somebody working with the Pirates that was like, hey, you know what, maybe we shouldn't use those words together. I know that we were, talking about like hungry to win and all that and show up and eat some Permane Brothers sandwiches, but that could have a different meaning and interpretation if we put those 2 words together. So maybe just don't do it. Or maybe the intern was just like, sure, dude, I'm just here for the summer, going back to Pitt next year, and don't really care about this internship. I'm a Braves fan anyways, let it burn. Number 2, the Pirates replaced a memorial to Roberto Clemente on the outfield wall with a hard Seltzer ad, and then acted like nothing happened, didn't mention it, until Roberto Clemente Jr. came out on social media being like, hey, what happened to this memorial? At that point, the Pirates come out and say, it wasn't supposed to be permanent anyways. So it was a temporary memorial to your greatest ever player? That's almost just as bad as the original problem to begin with. Number 3, they threw away fan-dedicated Bucco bricks that pave the walkway towards the stadium. Like, those bricks that all the stadiums have where you can write a message about how much you love your team or honoring your deceased parent or relative that really loved going to baseball games. Well, they kind of just got rid of those without telling anybody. And then when people started asking where they were like, it's we're doing something else. We're going to come up with a more permanent solution, more permanent than bricks, right? And then on top of that, Pirates fans alerted the local news that these bricks were actually just disposed in a dumpster somewhere, and a recycling company had actually found them and was like, hey, we were paid to dispose of these, so that loving tribute to Grandpa, it's just in a dumpster because the Pirates don't really care about you, they only care about your money. Number 4, when the Pirates tried to force red into their uniform look, like, they have one of the best looks in baseball with black and yellow, black and gold, whatever you want to call it, and it unites the city. Why are you trying to force red into that? Like, red is like almost half the baseball teams in Major League Baseball wear some kind of red, and you want to go away from black and gold to try to add red in everything just to try to sell a few more jerseys and go away from your iconic look? Come on, dude. It never looked good. Especially the alternates. Ugh, the whole thing. Just red. Get rid of the red, Pirates. It's terrible. Don't try it. Number 5, wasting the early years of Paul Skenes' career. The Pirates should be in win now mode with Paul Skenes. They can only keep him for so long, right? Like, are they even going to pay for all of his arbitration years? I don't know. But while they have him now, they need to add to this roster to make it competitive, because if Paul Skenes never pitches a playoff game for the Pittsburgh Pirates, it's going to be tragic. And who did they add last year? Their big signing, Tommy Pham? Like, come on, dude. I love Tommy, but he can't be the big bat that you add. That's just not it. Number 6, they DFA'd Rowdy Tellez when he was 4 plate appearances away from a $200,000 bonus in late September. Like, for the first half of that year, 2024, he was their best player. Like, Pirates fans were calling for him to be MVP. They were in contention the first half of the year too. And then they cut him, just to save a little bit of cash. A lot of sports reporters have come out and said, every team does this. Every team cuts players like this. But the Pirates did it when he was 4 plate appearances away from a $200,000 bonus. Cut him at the beginning of September if you're so concerned about that money. Don't cut him right before the season ends when he's just about to make it. It's just ridiculous. Why would I sign for this team? Even now when they say they're going to spend money, they're not going to spend money. Why would I sign for them if they're just going to cut my bonus anyways? Maybe promise everybody something in bonuses that you're never going to deliver. That would be very Pittsburgh Pirates of you right now. Very Bob Nutting. Number 7. The ownership has basically become bobblehead merchants rather than a baseball team. They'll convince people to line up for 4 hours across a bridge to get a Mac Miller bobblehead, but they don't put a competitive team out on the field. They'd figured out that they can make money off of Paul Skenes pitching, on giving away bobbleheads, and losing baseball games. And that's just their business plan right now, and that's disgusting. Be a good baseball team. Try to be a good baseball team. Try to be a good owner, Bob Nutting. That's what your fans want from you. The other owners want from you. That's really what baseball wants from you. Opposing fans want so badly for the Pirates to be competitive, especially right now with Paul Skenes. Number 8. Pirates fans rooting for Oliver Onion because he has more chance to be competitive than this team does right now with this ownership. I don't know if you know who Oliver Onion is. He is the pierogi that is always picked to lose. Something tragic happens. He gets tripped by the parrot. He's the lovable loser of the Pittsburgh Pirates pierogi races, and even he has more of a chance to win than this team under Bob Nutting. Number 9. Bob Nutting and the Pittsburgh Pirates accepting public money to build an absolutely beautiful stadium. If you don't think it's number 1, then it's number 2 or number 3 of most iconic and beautiful ballparks, at least newer ballparks, in the country. And he accepted public money to do this, and then he's not spending his own money to build a competitive baseball team, and he never has. It's offensive to the Pittsburgh Pirates fans and Pittsburgh sports fans in general that have been so loyal to all their teams, and even to the losing franchise, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Because I'll tell you something, Pittsburgh, deep down, everyone thinks it's a football city, and it is. But if the Pirates were competitive from year after year, you would see that Pittsburgh is just as much of a baseball city as St. Louis. And Bob Nutting is the reason that the Pittsburgh Pirates aren't talked about in the same way that the St. Louis Cardinals are, and that's just terrible. Fun fact, according to information shared by the Players Union and reported by Bob Nightingale, the Pittsburgh Pirates are one of the most profitable teams in baseball. Think about that for a second. Just think about it. The Pittsburgh Pirates are one of the most profitable teams in baseball. That means like they're up there with the Giants and Dodgers and Yankees, right? That's up there with the most profitable teams in baseball. What do the Pirates not have in common with those teams? It's disgusting. Number 10. Barry Bonds couldn't throw out Sid Bream. Hate it, 6-year-old me, disappointed, disgusted, end up hating Bonds for the rest of his career. And, the alleged steroid use, all of that, whatever. I've forgiven him for that. I haven't forgiven him for not throwing out Sid Bream. Because, maybe he throws out Sid Bream, maybe the Braves of the mid-90s never become a thing. Maybe Bob Nutting doesn't end up buying the Pirates. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the Pirates have owners that give a crap. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, hit subscribe and tell me what you think. What do you hate most about Bob Nutting and the Pittsburgh Pirates? Let me know in the comments. Cheers.